Yes, it sure has been a while since I worked on this body. Today, we're working on some mirrors. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I touched this body. Had a whole bunch of other stuff going on. Drag racing stuff, monster trucks, a storm, a lot of stuff going on. Today we're getting back on the drift car body that I've been working on. This is a C7 Corvette with a custom wide body kit. We already built a wing. You can check that out. I'll link it here. And today we're working on some side mirrors. In the video on the wing, I asked you guys what other things you thought I should put on this body. And one of the suggestions was side mirrors, and I really like that suggestion. Started looking through some images online. I thought about 3D printing them, but to get them to the scale I wanted, it would have been kind of tough. I figured it was better to model it next to the body, so I went with styrene. Now, I tried a few different modeling techniques with styrene to get this. I tried it in a couple of pieces, actually trying to get those curves and those angles right. And then I settled on this, which is a bunch of sheets of styrene sandwiched together and then sanded to the profile I like. Obviously, I did this one off camera. I have it mounted in the body here with just one screw right here. It is able to spin around, but I figured it's probably best for it to spin around instead of knocking off if I hit it on anything. It'll be easy to straighten it back up and go about drifting. We all know I'm not the greatest drifter in the world. So now we're gonna go ahead and make the passenger side, and I'm gonna bring you along with me as we do that. I have all of the pieces of styrene cut out already. We're gonna glue them together and start shaping it up to meet this one. So here's all my pieces rough cut out. I went with 7 pieces here. That gives me the thickness I want. Just gonna glue them together, basically laminating the sheets together to form one block. Styrene cement would work well here, but I still don't have any, and I don't do enough styrene work to buy any. I'm using CA glue. I use this stuff for just about anything. I'll put a link in the description where you can get it, and it works well for this too. Just to help the pieces adhere together, I'm going in and scoring them just a tad with an X-Acto blade, just to let that glue get in there since this is a smooth surface. And then we're gonna apply just a little bit of glue to one side, and I'm gonna use the activator, that way I don't have to wait as long. I'm gonna spray this on the other side, and we just lay the pieces together. They don't have to be absolutely perfect because we'll sand this after, but we want to get it kind of close without gluing our fingers together. We're gonna do that a couple more times and we'll be in business. With it all glued together now, we can start doing the shaping. You see I have some lines marked on here with Sharpie. What I did was use my original one that I made for the driver's side and marked it up on the side of it and tried to copy the lines. I did start sanding a little on the top here with just a piece of sandpaper to get it smooth and flat. But now we're gonna head outside and use the Dremel, make quick work of this and rough this shape out. We'll be right back. So now we're all shaped up. We're looking better, looking closer to the driver's side one, but you can still see some lines in there, the separation lines between the panels. To eliminate that, we're gonna use a little bit of plastic putty. Just gonna lay it on there and we'll let that dry, come back and sand it, get it nice and smooth like this one. So now that that filler putty has dried, we can go ahead and sand it to match the driver's side, and then we'll move on. Almost done here. Using some 220 grit sandpaper here just to rough it out. After we prime them, we'll sand them with some 400 grit sandpaper, most likely water sand to get that smooth finish ready for paint. Just like that, we got a set of mirrors on the car. The passenger side mirror came out pretty smooth. I evened them out so that they're both the same shape and got them both mounted on the car in the same spot, and they finally do well adding the scale detail to the car. The last thing you see me do there, I'm not sure how well it'll show up on camera, but I etched, or you could say I carved out a little embossed or engraved section, I guess, in the mirror. That'll be where the actual mirror itself sits. I'm thinking about using either a little piece of chrome vinyl. I don't know if I have any more. If not, I'll use a piece of aluminum tape, and just to give me that mirror effect. And that way it's kind of inset separately from the rest of the mirror. Definitely not perfect, but I like the way they came out. Like I said, they add a little detail to the car, adding just a little scale accessory. I'm thinking about maybe some windshield wipers, and I've also been thinking about a rear diffuser, but I think we're actually gonna paint this body next before I do any of that. I have a color and a design in mind, but let me know down in the comments below what you think I should do with this body. What color would you like to see on this car? We're gonna go through all the steps from priming the styrene pieces to wet sanding to masking off the Lexan body and painting. Make sure you subscribed if you don't want to miss that video. Make sure to leave a like on this video to let me know what you think about my mirrors. I know these simple styrene mirrors were kind of easy little project, but they were fun to make, and it shows off another method of building with styrene. I'm excited to get this body finished off. I know it's been a while. I just got so many projects. I've jumped from one thing to another. I guess you could say I have some focusing issues, but I'm excited to see it finished. Hope you are too. As always, thanks again for watching. Peace.